starts with Bowie Television at the Under Armour Performance Center, where the Baltimore Ravens kicked off their first week of OTAs. As you know, it's voluntary, but a couple of names that were missing: wide receiver Nelson Aguilar, Kyle Van Noy, safety Marcus Williams, running back Keaton Mitchell. He was on hand, but he did not participate, nursing the injury that he sustained last year. Also, Adisa Isaac, he did not participate. He also underwent an injury during rookie camp that kept him out of OTAs today. But overall, the energy was there. With there being so many new faces and new coaches, you just really couldn't tell. The energy was up. Guys were having fun. There was a moment between Lamar and Kyle Hamilton where Kyle was chasing Lamar down and Lamar was eluding him, and they were having a good time about that. So it is still a positive vibe here at the facility. Just a few takeaways. There were some questions about Lamar's weight loss. He said that he feels like he's more agile now, and that's one of the reasons that he wanted to lose weight. Also, new coaches, Zach Orr, this is his first opportunity to work on the field with the defense. Kyle Hamilton has positive reviews so far. It's still pretty early, but they have a familiarity because he was there last year, and Kyle said he doesn't have to learn a new playbook because Zach Orr is familiar with the playbook. He also doesn't think that Orr's style will be that much different than Mike McDonald. So something to watch moving forward. Wide receiver Zay Flowers, we also spoke with him after practice, and he said right now he's just focused on being a better person, being a better player, but more than anything, he wants to step up as a leader, especially now that they have a little bit of a younger wide receiver core. As you know, Odell Beckham Jr., he is in Miami, so they lost him during the off season. And so Zay, he sees himself as someone who can step up. He said that his advice to the rookies would be, hey, it starts fast, so be ready. Other than that, you know, the Ravens are looking forward to next season. They kick it off with the Kansas City Chiefs. But in talking to the players, they really are unmoved by that. While they're excited to play the Chiefs and start the season against the Chiefs, they still feel like they missed their opportunity in the AFC Championship game. That still leaves a bad taste in their mouth, and they're using that for motivation going forward. But at the same time, they know that they have to let it go, and it's a new season. So more to come on OTAs as we move forward. Be sure that you are tuned into Bowie Television for all of your Ravens content.
Practice. We had a big number of coaches here. Not all the coaches that were here yesterday for the clinic, but most of them were here, got a chance to watch practice. They were in some meetings today with some of our coaches, and that was really worthwhile as well. Of course, coming off of yesterday, we had kind of a day of coaching clinic. So, what questions do you have about the Ravens?
John, there's a lot of talk about Lamar. When he said he's lost a lot of weight this offseason, he said he's down to 2-something, whatever. Can you see that?
Are you down to 2-something?
Oh, up to 2-something. Luckily, I don't play quarterback for you. But for Lamar,
We're all thankful.
but with Lamar, I mean, can you see that? Can you see the weight loss on him? And what do you think? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think that's Lamar. He's a pro. You know, he knows what he's doing. He knows where he wants to be with that. My concern is that he's in shape, best shape of his life, and he's working toward that. And he's ready football-wise. All the details that go with that, mentally, physically, spiritually, ready to go. That's kind of what I think about it. I know he's. You know, he talks to the strength and conditioning people. He's got his own people. He talks to Sarah all the time. You know, he's a pro. He knows what he's doing.
Coach, you encouraged by the number of guys that came out here? It's voluntary workout, but other veterans came out and played.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always encouraged by everybody that comes out. You know, to me, it's easy as a coach. You know, we're here. We want to be here. We want to do football. We're excited, and we had a heck of a practice out there today. There was a lot of guys out there today. It was exciting. A couple guys were in. A couple guys were here that weren't out there. A couple guys aren't here. It's all part of it, but it's most of the team out there practicing. So, very excited.
John, Matt LaFleur said yesterday that you're doing joint practices with them. Is that it, or is that your central practices, or are you having other sessions?
Right. That's it at this point. It's going to be one day up in Green Bay. We don't have anything else planned with the other teams at this point. I don't think we will, but you know, it could change. We could decide and talk to somebody in Atlanta or Philly and do something. But right now, that's what we're
And it will be the Thursday before the Saturday game.
John, there's obviously a lot of interest with the offensive line and what it's going to look like this time of year. Understanding it's still.
I have a lot of interest in it too. I think about it pretty much every day.
But understanding OTAs and the structure of that, what are you really looking at right now in terms of evaluating just where these guys are right now?
Yeah, you know, there's always competition for everything, but it's not always the obvious combat competition. You know, they're not fighting battles out here against each other during the play. But there's competition against assignment, footwork, timing, competition against conditioning, you know, football shape, that kind of thing. Doing things the right way, technique. That's what guys are competing against themselves and competing against the clock. So they're preparing for that combat competition that's going to happen in practice going forward. But we want to see guys working together. We want to see them knowing what they're doing. We want to see technique. We want to see cohesiveness, all those things.
John, this time last year, we were out here and Brandon Stevens was playing safety. And then, of course, gets juggled around. He ends up at cornerback where he had played in college. What most impressed you last year about the way he played cornerback for you?
Well, it's always interesting. I think the best way I could describe it with Brandon is he's always been a meticulous, detailed guy, wants to do things exactly right. I would say as you develop, when you never want to make a mistake, you want to do things exactly right, you're so conscientious that way, it might slow your reaction time down a little bit because you want to be right. Well, his reaction time picked up. So through all that work of doing things right, I think he gained some confidence, he gained some assuredness, maybe believed in his technique even more and more as he knew more, got more experience, and then he started playing faster. As he started playing faster, he had already mastered all the techniques and the assignments, and it showed up in the result.
John, you've mentioned wanting to see Andrew Voorhees back out here after a long year off. Initial impressions of him getting some work in?
Yeah, he looks good. Looks real good in shorts, you know, and I think he's got a good chance to translate that once we put the pads on in training camp because he's strong. And he's been in that weight room for a whole year. It's all he's been doing. He's been caged in the weight room. Lock the doors behind him. You just leave him in the weight room. Send him a couple meals every now and then, and a protein shake, you know, and lift another time. There he is. You see him out there. He looks really good.
John, speaking of offensive line, we saw obviously Daniel getting some first team reps. Right tackle Jones, Cleveland, guard spots. Obviously,
It's like you're charting where we're playing all these guys.
well, just early in this process, and kind of, is it you sort of just look for the best combinations at this point and trying to find what you like most?
It's a great question. I think it kind of goes a little bit back to the Brandon Stevens question. It's like you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what guys are going to look like. I always want to look at guys at different spots, unless they're established at that position. See where they look good, where they look the best. You never know what you might see, and then see where they're needed, and also where they might be needed sometime during the season.
John, Lamar said that players are still talking. They still talk about that loss, the AFC Championship game loss. As a coach, this is kind of like a coach question here. As a coach, do you like that still motivates the players, or would you prefer, hey, let's move past that?
I think it's both. You know, I mean, you never forget. You forgive but don't forget. Well, we don't really forgive either, I guess, but we don't forget for sure and try to improve. It's always going to be part of it. I want to talking about everything. You know? What we're talking about is confronting everything that has to do with us being the very best we can be as a football team, as an individual player. So if that's part of the confrontation, let's go, man. Let's talk about it. Let's get better, and let's find a way to beat those guys.
Not that you need any motivation for week 1, but I mean, Kansas City in the first game of the season, do you expect with sort of that aftertaste that guys will be, you know, hyper ready for this first game?
Well, I mean, they're going to be ready. They would have been hyper ready, to use that term, which is your term, just for the record. Hyper ready. I used to say hyper ready. Uber ready. Maybe that you might have used that term. Would be even cooler, you know. Uber ready. Uber ready. But we'll be ready, and we've been ready for any opener, no matter who we're playing, you know. And looking forward to it.
How's your coaches though, John? I know you have a lot going on throughout the off season and stuff like that to kind of take your mind away from it. But does it stick around even for you?
Everything sticks around, you know. Everything sticks around, sure.
The more you get to know Derek, what are you learning about him as a player on and off the field?
You know, one thing about Derek, one of many things. I mean, he works. He is a worker, 100% every day, locked in, asks questions, texts his coach at night, ready to go for practice, in the weight room. Very impressed. This guy is a true pro, ultimate pro.
John, can you talk, is Keaton Mitchell making progress where you have a better idea when he might be out? We saw him out there, obviously, just watching. And Marcus Williams was good, right? He didn't need any procedure after the season?
I don't think he had anything after the season. Marcus Williams, no, he's fine. Keaton is, you know, it's not a comeback during training camp or first game type of thing. I think we all know that. It's sometime during the season. So it's not like right around the corner. We shouldn't be, you know, biting our fingernails. Is he going to get back? But I will say he's on schedule, maybe ahead of schedule. He's doing really well. He's always got a smile on his face. He's going to start jogging on the Ultra G next week. So that's a positive thing. And so
John,
you're doing 2 more.
There was a report of Jamal Adams coming in for a visit yesterday. How did that go? And you know, what could he potentially add at that?
You know, he and I at the Pro Bowl like 4 years ago when we were there. We rode the bus back and forth every day for whatever reason, you know, and we got to be kind of pals. You know, we had a fun time. Kind of carried that relationship forward. Then we came back and he met with a lot of people. But he met in my office and we had another great conversation. Very impressed with his mindset, and we'll see what happens.
John,
I know. Congratulations, Coach Harbaugh Academy. What was your take from yesterday, having Bill Belichick and your dad?
It was incredible. And Tom Crean. I mean, between Bill and my dad and Tom Crean, I was like on vacation, man. It was fun just listening to those guys. And I know the coaches at the clinic. It was like that was the price of admission right there. Not that they had to pay; it was free, and they had a free meal, and they might have had a beer for them too along the way, you know. But they got to hear from those 3 guys. It was really, really awesome.
Wrap up with Jonas.
Sorry, Jeff. Lamar said he doesn't really have a...
Did Jed throw you off right there?
No.
He's always a Johnny come lately with the questions, so we gotta wrap. We gotta let him know. We gotta wrap up.
Ask good questions. John, Lamar said he doesn't really have like a target weight for himself playing wise. Is there like a threshold at which you would feel comfortable with him?
I believe it'd be great. This is the OTAs right now. I can't tell if it's physical.
For you, Lamar, how many pounds exactly have you lost, and why do you feel like that was important for you?
I don't really know how many pounds I lost. I'm like 2 something right now, but I just say it was important enough I can be able to move around a little bit extra. That's all.
Can you share how you did it with diet, exercise, Mediterranean, cut up candy?
Man,
What
I'm
is it?
I'm a charge for that. People be doing these little plans and stuff, and they still be having their weight on them. No, not to offend anyone, nothing like that. But yeah, you have to pay for that.
Do you have a target weight, Lamar?
Just under 230.
And what was the main reason for losing that weight?
Just so I can be more agile, be able to move more.
So Lamar, how was your off season? We saw you in Germany. How was that experience there?
That was a dope experience for me. Never been to Germany, never been on that side of the country. Man, great people, different food. I was enjoying it. I was surprised about the fans we had over there. I was surprised about that, but it was a great experience.
They saw your skills in soccer, huh?
Yeah, Dave, I had a little something going. I think I tweeted about that too, like I had a little something going on, but hopefully they try to draft me after I'm done with football.
Lamar, do you feel more agile out here on the practice field?
Heck yeah, G. I feel great. I feel great to be back out here with my guys, man, grinding, getting better. I feel great.
Now you've lost some weight, is it kind of weird with Derrick Henry in the backfield, as big as he is, as big as he was?
Ooh, I just get the ball in. Go, big guy, go. I'm cheering like the fans. That's all.
What's it like seeing him on your side of the line? I mean, obviously you guys have gone back and forth so many years against Derrick. What's it like kind of having him in the backfield as a resource for you?
I never had to go up against Derrick ever. So that's a plus for me. But it's great to have him in our backfield, man. Got a great line to block for him. And we know what type of player he is. We know what type of defense we have, know what type of skill players we have here. And I feel like we getting it.
You said you feel more agile out there. Do you remember the last time you felt the way you feel right now moving around?
Nah, it's been so long. We had COVID and stuff happen to us. It slowed us down a little, but I feel great right now.
Mark, do you feel like you're sacrificing anything in terms of protecting yourself as a pocket passer by taking this weight off? Or no?
No, I believe we sacrificing our body each and every game. Practices. So yeah, I believe it really don't matter about the weight.
Lamar, how long did it take you to turn the page from how last season ended?
Now, I believe it hurt more losing before the Super Bowl than actually being a part of it, because it was like we done worked so hard, 17 weeks plus the little playoff games, and we get to a game away and lose, and we really didn't put any points on the board, and we were just scoring like 30-some points against crazy team, great defenses. Don't get me wrong, that's a great defense as well, but the top-ranked defenses and stuff like that. But we just gotta finish, man. We gotta find a way to move the ball in the right direction and put points on the board. Our defense did their thing overnight.
Is there anything did you watch the film of that game, and what did you kind of take away that you sort of learn, whatever, however you want to put it, that you bring into this season to kind of get past that next step?
I took away from it, put points on the board. I believe we were driving the ball down the field, not how we wanted to, but we drove the ball down the field. We just got to put points on the board. We had 2 costly turnovers in the red zone. The game would have been different. That 21-17 right there, so here's what it is.
Lamar, John Harbaugh's talked a lot about getting Rashad Bateman more involved in this offense. How did you feel coming out of the season in terms of wanting to make him a bigger part of this offense?
Yeah, no doubt. Man, he's a elusive receiver, man. Great off the ball, great separation. We just got to give him the ball. That's all to it, point blank, period.
Lamar, is there any specific focus for you this offseason in year 2 on the Todd's offense? And how do you feel entering this offense compared to last year at this time when it was year 1?
You say again how I feel entering?
Yeah, does it feel different this year, this offseason, now that you've had a year under your belt with Todd? And what's your specific focus this year in year 2 under him?
Yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable with everything. How he calling the plays and what he's expecting us to do and stuff like that.
Lamar, what was your?
I'm just looking forward to just doing what we got to do to put us in great situations this year.
Lamar, what was your reaction when you saw that you guys were going to be part of the opening game in Kansas City this year?
Let's go. Let's go to football, man.
On that note, I mean, is it the way that last season ended? I know the stakes of this game are different, but is it nice to have Kansas City just right back around again, kind of tackle that head on?
I mean, I really don't care who plays. It really didn't matter. At the end of the day, our goal is to make it to the Super Bowl. We lost to them in the playoffs. Just us beating them in the regular season really don't do anything. It just helps us, just keep stacking up wins to hopefully make it to the playoffs, if anything. Try to get in that same position again and hopefully, be successful. But it really don't matter who we play. First game, obviously, it's the Chiefs, but I really didn't care.
Lamar, you had a ton of success last year under Todd and this offense. But do you think there's even another level to this offense in the second season with him?
I believe so. I believe the sky's the limit. That's I always say that, but I believe the sky's the limit for us. We doing new things out here with the offense, and more verbiage for me, if anything. But it's looking good.
Lamar, have you approached this offseason any differently than previous ones? I know last year offseason was a little different in contract, but have you done anything differently to get ready for the season? Worked with anybody differently than you have in the past?
No, I didn't. Just lost weight.
Lamar, I know John Harbaugh said that you guys talk a lot ahead of the draft about your thoughts and everything. What were those conversations like? What has it been like to see the guys that you guys drafted?
You know, he was just asking me like guys who I recommend and stuff like that. You know, I sent them over, but if guys steal them, you can't do anything about it. You know, if guys pick them first, you can't do anything about that. But I believe that's good. You know, it's good to have your head coach and keep you talking the ball, all season and stuff like that.
Do one more, please.
I'm a vet. They're like rookies, so it's really they probably already got their people who they been with, who they entered the league with, and we already who we are. But they'll come around.
Hey Lamar, 2 years ago you published your first book. You have another one coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about it? What was your inspiration in that one?
Oh man, he called me.
No.
Okay. But yeah, man, I just love kids. I believe, they're the face of the world. Each and every generation is always the kids up next. The kids up next, not us. So me just being who I am, I want to set a great example for them. Just show them it's not about just football with me. I can show you that I can write. Stuff like that. Because I passed my MCAT rights.
James, Lamar, how much do you think that the way the season did end will be a motivation for this entire team for this season? How it ended last year, that loss in the playoffs, being so close to the Super Bowl and not getting there. How much do you think that will serve as motivation for this entire team this year?
I believe that just motivated us throughout the whole offseason. People still talking about it. Us players still talk about it. So it definitely left a bitter taste in our mouth just being that close. Like I said, we worked so hard and get there and didn't do what we wanted to do. Didn't fulfill our dream. Definitely a chip on our shoulder.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's way different. Like one play, I think he had like a stretch zone. It was in practice a couple days ago, and he was running, and I turned around, and he was right in front of me, and I was like, oh! And it kind of like jumped out the way, and then he ran back up to me. He was like, I heard you go. I heard you scream, oh! I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of the way. So it's way different seeing him in person.
Do you feel like Bateman is set up to bust out this year? Maybe obviously sign the extension. He gets to come in, fully healthy to the summer. All that stuff.
Absolutely. Bateman go to work every day. Ever since I've been here, I see him putting nothing but work in. And even this year, just coming back early and trying to get in rhythm with the quarterbacks. But I feel like Bateman gonna have a great year this year.
Zay, was it the off the field stuff that happened a couple months after the season? How, I guess, did you navigate that situation off the field, you and whoever you leaned on then?
I mean, it was a process that me and my team had to go through, and I respect the question, but there's really nothing else I can add. I'm just looking forward to the season and getting better, and building my reputation and showing the Ravens community and the younger generation that I'm here and I'm ready to go and be a better person, be a good person.
Zay, are you looking forward to the Chiefs being week one? What does that kind of bring to your mentality after you said that you haven't really got over the loss?
Honestly, I'm not really worried about them. I'm worried about getting better every day and making sure we ready when that time comes. So it's just been about us, really.
Do two more.
Zay, you were saying you want to show the Ravens community that you're a good person. What's that game plan look like for you?
I mean, I already do it. I'm already in the community. I'm always with the kids, and it's just who I am. I'm not a person that get into things, so I just do what I do, help the community. I have fun with my people, have fun with the kids, and just go about what I do, play football, and focus on the future.
Someone have one over here.
Zay, how much more comfortable do you feel in this offense year two compared to where you were last year?
Way more comfortable. Way more comfortable. It happened so fast, and then I had to learn a new playbook so fast that in my head I always was rushed. So this year I'm more patient and just learning everything to the last detail.
All right, thanks, Ed.
Yeah.